I was in my hometown this weekend and drove past the branch library where I misspent so much of my youth. Reminded me of this story. I very rarely had to go downtown to the mothership library. 5 stories, almost a city block. But that day I was in the main reading room doing research. As usual, the room had quite a few homeless people, all mostly keeping to themselves and enjoying the air conditioning. It was a brutally hot day. There were several rows of rectangular tables, each with 6 chairs, giving folks plenty of room to spread out. Suddenly I hear this plop. An armload of magazines slams down on the table across from me. Karen sits down and only then asks if she can share the table, because she doesn't want to sit near homeless people. I don't recall the exact words, but she was not trying to be tactful at all, nor quiet. Several occupied tables were in earshot. She sits there for 25 minutes and never shuts up. She has the cooking magazines, strewn all over the table. She wants to talk about recipes. She wants to profess her love for some grocery store she used to visit back home that makes Publix look like shit. She wants to talk about what a nasty city this is. And she really wants to talk about how the library is being ruined by vagrants and bums, and they shouldn't be allowed inside. I was doing my best to just and instead of actually answering her. My simmering dislike of her went up to boiling hatred when she started tearing recipes out of the magazines. I finally looked her right in the eye and told her to stop it. She started to sputter and I said, "Geez, just take pictures with your phone." She vibrates in place for about 20 seconds and then decides my behavior is too offensive to endure. So she slams her stuff together, leaving the half-destroyed magazines in a messy pile, and does the flounce and bounce. As she's walking away, I see a notebook she left on the table. I think about it for a minute, then pick it up. Run after her and give it to her. Very saccharine sweet. "You forgot this." And she had to pretend to be thankful. Pretty lame, right? But wait. What you need to know about this library was that parking was in a giant garage about 1.5 blocks away, and library patrons could park there for 3 hours free, with a validation slip from the library. You handed them your ticket at the reference desk, and they'd staple the slip to it. No slip, you'd pay the hourly rate indicated by your time-punched ticket. It was like $2.50 an hour. No ticket, you paid the daily rate, which at that time was about $20. When I picked Karen's notebook up, I could see the little ticket sticking out of the top with the slip stapled to it. When I handed Karen her notebook, well, golly gosh, where did that ticket go? Shame. Hope you had a 20 in that giant purse, Karen. You see, I work for a staffing agency. I'm a recruiter. Pretty small team, and this was actually another recruiter on my team that this happened to. My coworker was working with this guy who was pretty sharp. He was a programmer. His company was doing layoffs, but he was told he wouldn't be affected. My coworker contacted him, chatted about the situation, and he said he would be interested in looking around. We just had a new client give us a position to help on that fit his background. We lined up an interview pretty quickly. He interviewed and got the position. Great. It was even a little salary bump. Straight direct hire. No contract stuff. He goes in, works his first week. All is great. All smiles. Well, that next Monday shows up and he isn't there. The company calls us asking where he is. So my coworker calls him. He answers the phone and my coworker asks, "Hey, is everything okay? You no call, no show today over at XYZ company." And the guy proceeds to tell us, "Yeah, I never actually quit my job. I just took vacation for the week to see if I liked the place. It was okay, but I'll just stay here." My coworker responds, "Man, is there anything I can do? This puts us in a tight spot. This is a brand new customer of ours. Can I do anything?" And the guy tells us, "Quite frankly, I don't give a shit what kind of a position it puts you in. Nor do I care if they're a new customer. I'm staying. Don't call me again," and hangs up the phone. He got laid off the next week. I was waiting to put in at a boat ramp in Florida one day. It was a single ramp. The guy trying to take his boat out of the water was having a tough time backing his trailer down. His wife, I assume, and 2 kids were waiting on the dock. Some guy waiting to get out of the water starts screaming at him and heckling him. The first guy finally gets his trailer down the ramp. Meanwhile, Raging Jerk had docked his boat and started up the dock towards the poor boating newbie Family Guy, screaming and yelling. Raging Jerk punches Family Guy and knocks him off the dock into the water. Two burly dudes that nobody was really paying attention to walk up, literally grab Raging Jerk as Family Guy was falling in the water, throw him on the dock, and handcuff him, then flash their FLDNR badges. They were undercover, watching the boat ramp. There was applause and cheering from the folks waiting to put in and take out. Family Guy just wants to get out there and go home, so he declines to press charges. The DNR guys apparently thought, "Oh, hell no." They proceed to tear the guy's boat and car apart, and ended charging him with a BUI and every single nitpickety thing they could find wrong in his boat. It was a good day. That is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe for more content like this, and hit the like button to help us out.